How are you guys doing? Hello and welcome to another episode of Yoga with YJ on YJ Yoga channel. Today we'll be working on backbends. And it will be the class that I'll be teaching later at the gym because I know some of you are not going to be able to join me in the gym right now because of the limit that we have in the gym. So this episode is about backbend and we'll do it in a C yoga style as much as I can teach you. Okay, sit up tall and close your eyes. Have your hands onto your knees and start to slow down the breath. Grounding ourselves down to the earth and lengthening the crown of the head towards the sky. So getting ourselves ready for the practice by gently trying to slow down the breath and slow down your mind. Now from here, start to tip the head down towards the chest, chin to the chest into your neck rotation. From here, roll the head over towards the right, and then the head up, over to the left, and chin back down, over to the left, roll the head up, over to the right, and chin come back down. Now from here, interlace your fingers and put it behind your head and start to round the back, getting the stretch from the back of your neck all the way down to the to the middle of the spine. Start rounding, rounding, rounding as you send the elbows down towards the ground. And gently release, come back up. Come to your shoulder shrugs here, hands by the side of your hip. Inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ear. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and drag it down. One more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ear. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and drag it down the back. Come to a Baddha Konasana from here, soles of your feet together. Now some of you might need a strap in this one. And my shoulder is really tight, so I need a strap. If you do not need a strap, you just interlace your fingers behind your lower back. So for my case, I'll use a strap. Grab onto the strap or interlace the fingers behind your lower back. Now from here, take an inhale to lengthen out the spine. And exhale to come forward, lifting the arms off your lower back, giving the shoulder a little bit of an opening right here. Continue to lift the arms up and away from your lower back. You can give your spine a little bit of a shake. Left, right. Just gentle. And release, come back up. You come into Gomukhasana with your left leg under. Then the right knee goes on top. Once you stack the knees together, have the right arms on top of the left. Coming into your cow face pose. Not really a cow face, but okay, whatever we call this. Now from here, take an inhale to lengthen up the spine. Exhale to come down. Pressing your body weight onto the top thigh to help you get an opening on the outer hip. And feel the stretch throughout your shoulders as well. Get your foot really active and grounded. One more deep breath here. And gently release, come back up. Now straighten up your left leg and fold the right foot back into a half hero. Now of course, if this variation is too much or for some reason cannot do this pose, have the heel towards the groin. Come to your side bend with the left hand inside and reach your right arm up and above the head. Now inhale to continue to stretch out the right arm in front of you and above. And exhale to roll open the chest. And as you get a little bit more flexible, continue to stretch out the arms and maybe grab onto the foot. If grabbing onto the foot is too much for you today, don't do that. Just go where your body allows you to go. as much as you can, and continue your journey of revolving open the chest. And from here, release and come back up. Now flatten your right foot down onto the ground. And coming into a twist. Right arm goes behind you, left arm grabbing onto your shin so it comes forward. Or you can try to hook your elbows outside the thigh. This will help you get into the twist a bit more. And as you advance into your twist, what you can do from here is to get the knee up towards the armpit really close, and then you start to take a bind. So I'm still working on my bind. My bind is halfway there. If you are okay to bind, take a bind. Inhale to lengthen up the spine some more. Exhale to roll open your chest. Twisting towards the back a little bit more on each exhale. And release your twist. Coming into a reverse, into a tabletop pose from here. So hands underneath your shoulder, behind your back, fingertips pointing towards the front. Flatten the foot down. So coming to your tabletop pose with your hands underneath the shoulder, fingertips pointing forward. And once you are here, you can come up into your tabletop, squeeze the butt, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. And from your tabletop pose, if you are okay and it feels good to have the head looking back, then you lower the head over to look backwards. If that hurts your neck, don't do it. And from here, start to walk your foot forward and come into your reverse tabletop pose. Reverse plank pose. Squeeze your butt and activate your legs. Push the ground away from you and lift up with your chest towards the sky. Then again, if it feels good, you can look back. If not, you just keep the head neutral. And from here, come back to your tabletop pose. Now from tabletop pose, you're going to sit your butt towards the heel, giving the shoulder a little bit more stretch in the front of your deltoids. Come back up and then sit back down. And inhale, come back up. Maybe walk forward slightly more. Exhale, come forward. Let's do one more. Now inhale, come up. Exhale, come all the way down. And coming back into your Baddha Konasana forward fold. Soles of the feet together again. If you can interlace your fingers behind your lower back, do that. If not, you come with me with your hands grabbing onto the strap. Inhale, lift the chest up and away from the pelvis. Exhale to come forward, lifting arms off your lower back. And give it a little shake to help loosen up the spine, loosen up the elbows, loosen up not the elbows but the shoulder. And release, come back up. Come into your Gomukha forward fold. Come into Gomukha leg, or your knee palm that we call in the Forest Yoga series. Your left arm on top of the right into your eagle. Inhale, lift and lengthen up the spine. Exhale, come forward, pressing your body onto your thighs to help open up the thighs. And from there, very gently come back up. And cross your leg and come into your side bend with your right leg straight, the left foot towards the butt, into your half hero. So always remember, if this pose if a pose is too much for you, take a less strenuous pose in your practice. Right hand on the inside, reach the left arm up. Inhale to lengthen up the spine and reach your arms away from the side body long. Exhale, roll open the chest. Whether you're holding on to the foot or not, continue to project out through the fingertips as you roll open the chest. And for those of us who are really flexible, grab onto your foot and continue to roll open the chest some more. And release, come back up. Flatten your left foot down onto the ground and coming into your twist. Right arm grabbing onto your thigh. Lengthen up the spine. Exhale to twist and revolve some more. Then, if it is available for you, you start to pass your arms outside of your knee. Continue to roll open. Perhaps working onto a bind by lifting your armpit up towards the knee. Starting to walk your arms backwards. Do an internal rotation, and maybe you'll be somewhere around mine. Continue to revolve your chest out. Now some of you, if you can bind, you take a bind. And release from here, come back down, release your twist and come down onto your back for a bridge pose. I'm going to flip myself over so you can see me. Once you're ready, you come up into bridge pose. Continue to lift, inhale to lift your chest towards the face. Exhale to use your strong leg muscle to help you press yourself back up. Press yourself back up. Now from here, you're going to lift your left leg up towards the sky. And exhale maybe towards the face. Stretching out a little bit more. Alright. Pick your left foot down. And inhale, right foot up. Push the ground away from you and reach up with the foot. And step your foot down. Whew. Now coming down from a bridge pose, roll yourself slowly down. And rock yourself up into a Navasana. Stay. And cross your ankle here. Come back. Step back into a downward dog. Let me flip myself over again. Come into your downward dog. And from downward dog, lower down onto your knees. Lower down onto your elbows. Grab hold of your opposite bicep to measure the distance between your arms. Once you got the distance, parallel the arms in front of you. Inhale, lift the upper back, and exhale, straighten up your legs. Come into your dolphin pose. And continue to inhale to press your arms into the ground to lift the ribs and pelvis up and away from the ground. Exhale, try to walk your legs in a little bit more so you can ground the heels towards the ground. From here, lift your right leg up skywards. Projecting out through the right leg like you are doing a split. On your next exhalation, lower your right foot down. Inhale, pick your left foot up. Exhale, lower the left foot down. Lower your knees down. And let's come into your downward dog from here. Press yourself back into your downward dog. From your downward dog, inhale, pick the left foot up. Exhale, pull the knee in towards your chest and lean your shoulder over the wrist. Inhale up into your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee in towards chest, shoulder over wrist, 2. Inhale up into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee in towards chest, shoulder over wrist, 3. And step the foot lightly in between your hands. Coming into your high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Interlace your fingers, release the index, and point the fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, slide the front thigh forward. So come down lower into your high lunge. Stretching your spine long here. Not going into a back bend yet. And from here, start to come into an easy twist with the right hand down, left arm out. Each inhalation, lengthen the spine. Each exhalation, roll open the chest. Rolling open the shoulder, especially your left shoulder, reach it up and back. Release the twist and come into a full twist by passing your right elbow outside the left thigh. Hands goes into prayer. From here, step 2. Take an inhale, press your arms into your thigh to lift your ribs up. Exhale to roll open your chest, Samo. And maybe come into a reverse bind. If not, you stay where you are. Right arm under. Left arm goes behind you. Take a bind. If you cannot bind, just do the variation of coming into a twist. Continue to roll open your chest some more. Now release your bind and come into a reverse half moon. Walk your right arm forward of the left foot. Reach the back leg up, lift the back arm up. And start to bend the back foot and grab hold of the back foot. Pull the heel towards the butt and send the knee towards the back wall. And roll open the chest here. Lifting your left shoulder up and back on each exhale. And release and coming into your vertical splits. Hands down on the ground in front of you. Press your left foot. Inhale, press your left foot down into the ground to project out through the back foot. And exhale, lift the back foot out skywards. And from your standing splits, come into a forward fold. Coming into a chair pose from here, butt back, arms up. Lifting the chest up in your chair pose to open up your shoulder. And stand up. Coming into your standing back bend. Let me move slightly. Woohoo. Now, interlace your fingers again and release the index. From an inhale to lift the chest up. Squeeze your sit bone and the thighs, your inner thighs pressing into the ground with the foot. Strong leg line of energy. Now inhale to lift the chest up. Exhale to lean back. And continue to work your way down into the back bend by inhaling to lift the chest up, exhaling to lean back. Take 3 more deep breaths here on your own. gently release, come back up. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, lengthen the left side of your body long. Exhale into a side bend. Inhale, come back up. Switch your arms. Left arm grabbing onto the right. Inhale to open up the right side of your body long. Exhale into the side bend. Inhale, come back up into your standing. Come into a tree pose from here. Have your right foot onto the left inner thigh. And from here, your right arm goes on top, left arm goes under into a Gamuka arm or your archer arm. Either grab hold of your clothing, a strap, or interlace your fingers behind you. From here, start to lengthen up the spine and open up the right side of your armpit by lifting right elbow up skywards. And release your tree pose. Come into a warrior tree, keeping the Gamuga arm. So your right foot goes behind, the left, the arms goes, the body comes forward. Lengthen out the spine while you project up through the back foot. And step the back foot down into a high lunge. From here, release your arms and come into your lunge back bend. Hands again interlace above the head, release the index. Inhale to lift the chest up. Exhale to lean back, keeping spine long, keeping engagement in your elbows and your hands as well. Inhale to lift chest up. Exhale, arc back. 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, arc back. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, arc back. One more time. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, arc back. Lower the back knee down. Come into a low lunge variation. Now don't come up from where you are. Continue to work deeper from there. And gently release, come back up. Now put padding underneath your right knee. Okay, grab hold of the strap and loop it around the back foot. Now start to sit the hip towards the front heel and come into lunge back bend with your strap, pointing your right elbows up skywards. Now over here, you don't want to think about leaning backwards, but you want to lift chest and the elbows up skywards, even your knuckles up towards the sky. So it's creating length by lengthening up skywards. Then exhaling, send chest forward, armpit forward, collarbone forward. So one good way of helping yourself to do this adjustment is you use your left hand, grab hold of the shoulder area, help you to roll the shoulder blades forward and create length up skywards. Feel the opening through the shoulder as you grab hold of your own shoulder blade. So if this is too tough, you stay with your hands onto a wall. Alright, gently, 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 gently release from this side. Lay down on to your belly. And just coming into a shoulder stretch here. Stretch the left arm beside your shoulder, out towards the side. Shoulder height level. Flip yourself over. Resting the left side of your head down towards the ground. Now, if you're more flexible in your twist, you can have both foot down onto the ground, or you can even take a variation where your arms comes together. If not, you put the arms onto your lower back. Try to get some more opening through the shoulder as well, while we take a break here. Now release this side, switch over towards the right. Take whichever variation that you can do. Left arms together or onto your lower back, like what I am doing right here. Focus on opening up the shoulder instead of how deep you go into the twist, because we're aiming for shoulder opening right here. And very gently release, come back down onto your belly. Push yourself back into a downward dog. This time around, inhale, right foot up. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the chest, lean shoulder over the wrist. Inhale up into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee in towards the chest too. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to chest, 3. Step the foot lightly in between the hands and come up into your high lunge. Again, interlace the fingers, release the index, and start to lengthen up the spine here, lengthen up the armpit muscle here as well. Just lengthening up skywards and not leaning back into your back bend. Release your interlacing of the fingers and come into a twist. Left hand down, reach your right arm up. And on each exhalation, continue. Inhaling to lengthen spine, exhale to roll open your chest. And come into a full twist. Release the twist with your left hand, elbow passing outside of your right thigh. Hands goes into prayer and come into a twist. Then you can always, of course, take it to an interlock, if that is available in your practice. If not, you just come back here. And from here, start to release and come into your revolving half moon. And once you come up into your half moon, roll open the right side of your chest. And start to grab hold of the back foot and bend the knee. If not, you stay in your revolving half moon. If you're doing this variation, pull the heel towards the butt while you roll open the chest. Release the back foot, coming into your vertical splits. Inhale to press right foot into the ground. Exhale to lift the left foot up skywards. And gently step your foot together, coming into a forward fold. And come into your chair pose. Sit the butt back, arms up. Inhale into your chair pose. Open up the shoulder. And more of opening up the arms towards the sky. And from here, start to stand up. Interlace your fingers. And come into your standing back bend. 5 deep breaths here. Each inhalation, lengthen spine, chest up skywards. Exhale to lean back. And gently come back up. Whew. Come into a standing side bend. Left arm grab right wrist, stretching out towards the side. Right and left hand side. Inhale, come back up. Grab hold of left wrist with right hand. Lengthen up the left side of your body long on inhale. Exhale into your side bend. And come all the way back up. Now put the left foot onto your right inner thigh. Left arm goes on top. Right arm goes below into your Gamukha arm. Open up the shoulder here, especially your left shoulder. Inhale to lift left elbow up skywards. Release the foot and come into your warrior three. Release and step the back foot down. Whew. Come into your standing back bend. Your lunge back bend. Set up for lunge. Again, interlace the fingers above the head. Reach the chest up. Exhale to lean back. Keep lifting, keep the lift in your chest as you lean back. And lower the back knee down. Continue your journey of leaning backwards. And gently release. Whew. Pat the left knee. Now start to grab hold of your strap and loop the back foot with the strap. So once you got this, sit the weight down towards the front heel and leave the left elbows out skywards. Send your left elbow, your wrist, your knuckles up towards the sky. Exhale, send the chest forward. This will move the curve up towards the upper spine. Gently release. Now you can come into a back bend of your choice. So you can choose a wheel pose or perhaps a bow pose, bow with a strap, or perhaps a dancer. So depending on whichever back bend that you want to work on, continue to work on that, because now your body is really open up for back bend. I'm going to continue my journey working with the lunge back bend with the strap. So you can choose to come into any other advanced back bend that you want if you have been practicing with me. If not, you come with me and practice your lunge back bend with your strap. If you're coming with me with lunge back bend, your left foot is down, right knee is down. On the rest of you, if you want to come into a wheel pose, just go ahead, go into your wheel and take it to whichever variation that you want to work on. So I love to work on this one because this one allows me to open up my shoulder more. I have a very tight shoulder from all the chest press and from all the shoulder work and arms work that I did. So whichever that feels good for you, do that pose. And I just love this one. Release from this side. I just want to switch over towards the other side. And release this side as well. So continue working on whichever variation, or even if you want to take it upside down into scorpion, just carry on with whichever practice. And pause this video here. If not, you can unwind. We will start to unwind. Okay, welcome back and come into a Malasana. And from Malasana, we are coming into a neck stretch or a rounding of the spine. Interlace your fingers and put it behind the head. Wrap the forearm around the forehead and start to send the elbows down towards the ground, rounding through the spine. And gently release. Come down and come into a Baddha Konasana forward fold. Round the back as you send the forehead towards the foot. Keep rounding onto your back. Very gently come back up. Come into a shoulder stand. So lay down to your back. If you are not coming into shoulder stand, hug yourself into a ball. If you're coming into shoulder stand, lift the butt up onto your lower back and project out through the foot by squeezing onto the butt, squeezing onto your inner thighs and your inner ankle. Come down into a plow. And then from plow, start to roll yourself down slowly. Come into a spinal twist with your right foot on top of the left in your eagle leg. Lower down over to the left and turn the head over to the right. Reaching your right arm away from you. And release, inhale, come back up. Switch the crossing of the legs, left thigh on top of the right. Exhale, lower down over. And reach left arm away from you. Move the left arm away from you. Inhale, come back to the center. And prepare for your Shavasana. Straighten up the legs in front of you. Let the feet fall out towards the side. Arms by the side of your body. Palm facing up skywards. And relax your whole body down to the ground. Allow the ground to just carry you here. And if you need to come into a longer Shavasana, continue to come into a longer Shavasana by pausing this video. For the rest of us, we will get up really soon. Begin to deepen your breath. Bringing awareness back onto your arms, back onto your legs. Gently roll over to the left hand side. And use your hands to press yourself back up. Sit up tall, hands to your heart center. Bow the head down towards your heart. Now remember this, wherever you are in a yoga practice, don't compare yourself with another person of what the other person can do or what you cannot do. Because ultimately, this is a journey on your own and you are going to work on your own. Your own body is really different from another person's body. So how they treat their body or how they move their body is totally different from what you are doing. Remember that. So don't compare. I bow to light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again. Bye bye.